back. We have Jeff Parker here for an update, for our Monday morning update. Hi, we missed you on Friday.
Yeah, it's been a week, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, well, we had recreation, which was great because they gave us a wonderful update and a walkthrough on ActiveNet.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody knows how to use it and we'll move forward with this.
And it's going to be real important moving forward, getting everybody using that system to actively get their registrations and reservations for all of the programs that we have coming.
Right, yeah, because you've been talking a lot about how the reservation system is going to be applied for all the different classes, and so going forward, so good. Okay, so what do you have? I know you want to go over numbers this morning.
Go over numbers. Numbers are looking good. We've dropped down a little bit from a week ago and certainly from a month ago. So we're COVID positive cases at 79, under 100. We were over 100 a week ago, so that's really, really good. Unfortunately, in Orange County, there were 5 fatalities, 4 residents that are living in a standard home and then 1 in assisted living. So that's never good to hear. But again, those numbers are pretty low. And probably, again, the consistency of keeping our hospitalizations low. 124 has been consistent for the last almost month now, and 23 ICUs, again, goes up 1, goes down 2, but we're right in that 25 number or less, which is great capacity for all of Orange County to be in that position. So that's really, really good sign.
You know, it's interesting because I've a few people are kind of monitoring this more so than before because they see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, many people are like, wait a minute, we were supposed to be flattening the curve. We flattened the curve, right? So they're like, well, why aren't we open? Why isn't everything open? We flattened the curve. We've done exactly what it was we were trying to do.
I think that the goal from the state is to not only flatten the curve, but in a sense started to see it go away in the sense of such a downward projection that eventually you're not going to see but a very, very small percentage, less than 2% of positive cases. So again, the amount of tests that are still being done, which is really good, and the positivity rate continuing to drop down. That's really probably the second most important. The other one is the vaccine. Getting the vaccine out, which they're doing a really good job, is going to allow the reopening of the state and the counties, which is still projected, if everything stays well, the 15th or so of June. And I think we'll probably see ourselves drop into that yellow category, that last category, probably before then.
I think so too, because do you know that I think I read this morning, 2 million people in Orange County have been vaccinated?
Out of 3 million.
Yeah,
3 million plus.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
That is a lot of people.
And now that they're making it, everybody over 18 can get it, that'll get that other group going real quick.
Exactly, and we do know that the pods are still open, and that's a good thing. I did hear that there were a couple of testing sites, the COVID-19 testing site. They were going to be closing those down, but that's okay because there's so many other places that you can get tested now.
Still get tested, and the testing numbers are so high that's really good.
Okay.
So speaking of what we were just talking about, if you see those categories at the top there, we're at 3 per 100,000. So that needs to get down to that 2% or lower number. So we still have a ways to go there. But the other two, the test positive rate case and the health equity quartile, those are in the yellow already. So we're 2/3 of the way there. So again, it really comes down to continue getting testing done so that we have enough tests and then having fewer and fewer positive tests, which we seem to have in the trend. So I'm thinking that the yellow tier, in 2 or 3 weeks, we'll see that, and then obviously that would transition perfectly into, if that's in May, and then in June we go out totally of this whole process, which would be really nice, and I don't have to be here reporting it all the time.
Exactly. Well, that will be quite a day of celebration. No offense to you, of course.
That's quite
We love to have you here, so don't take offense to that.
At least not talking about that
Yeah,
issue,
at least we're not talking about that. Exactly. Well, now when you look at some of the other states, we are looking at different circumstances. I mean, I've contacted people in Vegas and they're like, well, we are wide open on May 15th. I mean, they have the deadline, they don't care. It's just like they're doing it. And other states are kind of taking that position.
You're seeing it all over the place, and you're seeing consequences of that too to some degree. So I think that the the cautiousness that Orange County and the state's taking is still the best for our residents. We still have people that are at risk out there, and we don't need to see our numbers go back up. That's
Right.
one. And I think the other challenge that they have right now is if it were just what I'll call the old COVID, we'd probably be in better shape. But now there's these variants out
right.
there, and making sure that they're taking care and addressing those variants is really important.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, they're finding them here now too, so you're right, we do have to be careful with that. All right, well, you've got some other information that
Yeah, I
you'd like
just
to
want to
share.
mention one other thing on that. The village numbers within the city of Laguna Woods are still staying steady.
Great.
In the last week, we only went up a couple of cases, and for the last month, we've really only gone up 4 cases. So
Fantastic.
that's again that the results of the residents here paying attention and being safe out there and getting vaccinated and participation with that.
Exactly, exactly. Now, I know that you are going to have a vaccination clinic coming up at the end of this week.
Yep, the 24th.
So, the 24th. Okay, so now I announced earlier that they are able to still send the email. So how is that going to work?
Yeah, if people are still interested, we're trying to get everybody lined up Friday. If somebody can send us information if they heard about it and need to get it in there, info@village.com. That if we get your information, we need a form filled out so that we can make notifications. Our notifications will go out on the 22nd.
Okay.
That's the last day that we'll be notifying anybody of it, making sure that you understand when your time frame is.
Okay,
So
great.
it's real important if you didn't get a shot, if you're interested. Today's almost kind of like that last day.
Okay.
You know, we put it in the blast on Friday. But we want to get people in there and make sure that we get everybody that we can. It's a small group, which is good. That means we got pretty much everybody vaccinated already, but there's still a few. And this is Moderna, so this is a 2-step process, 24th, and then we'll be following up 28 days later.
Okay, great. So that's the Moderna, and they just need to send an email today as soon as possible. info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. Perfect. Well, good. Well, I'm glad that we just told them about that because I was a little concerned that we were telling them Friday, hurry up, and now that you've carried it over, at least they have more opportunity.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up today.
Okay, great. What else is happening?
Well, I wanted to mention, last time I was on a week ago, I mentioned the area code issue that is changing. And so in our blast, we sent out to all our residents that by October, everybody that has a 949 area code is going to have to dial all 10 digits to call anybody within the 949 number. So just remember that it'll be 949 before you dial. And that goes the same for the village here. Our operator, our system that we have notified us in last week that they're shifting over that. So they're going to ask people, go ahead and start using that, in a week or so, start using that 10-digit process. But they're going to allow the process to open up and then finalize by October. So it's not like it's a hard day. All of a sudden you can't do it.
Right.
But they want to get people used to using the 10-digit system. So again, all that is calling. When you dial 949 before you start.
But we don't have to dial a 1.
Right.
You just dial 9, because that's going to be kind of odd, because before you would be like 1, whatever the area code is, right? So
Now it's just dialing 949.
Okay.
So it's just the 10 digits.
Okay, and that's from a landline or a cell line, either one, it doesn't matter.
As long as you got a 949 number.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much. Will we be seeing you on Friday again?
I hope so.
Okay, perfect. Well,
Sounds
thank
great.
you. All right. And remember, get your email in as soon as possible today to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com so you can be on the list for the vaccine. We'll be right back with the United Update.